want to talk about what's called virtues. Now, the reason why this is important for us to talk about, this is one of the main things that the devil steals. Now, Satan's kingdom is built upon steal, kill, destroy. That's what he does. That's what demons do. That's what witches do, right? This is their function. So everything in his kingdom is built upon stealing, killing, and destroying. But across America, at women's conferences everywhere, people preach about the virtuous woman. And so what's happened is virtue has instantly been associated as something that is only for women in a sense. And if I go to many of these women and I ask, what is a virtue? Most of them don't actually know what a virtue is. They'll just say, I'm virtuous. And they talk about it in the context of being marriage material. But I want you to know that when the virtuous woman is being discussed, number one, it's a type of the church. But the next thing I want you to know is what a virtue is. Notice all the abilities that are mentioned that in association to the virtuous woman. So in other words, what a virtue is, it is God's ability, power, talents that he gives a person to fulfill their destiny. So if you sing in this room, you have a virtue of singing. If you are good in mathematics, you have a virtue there. This picture here, this is amazing. This is an incredible picture to me. Like, I can't stop looking at it. That's a virtue. How do you know? Because everyone can't do that, right? So everything that you need to fulfill your destiny was imparted into your life in the form of virtue. The other thing you have to know about virtue, so just like when Jesus was born, kings came and brought him gifts. And when they came to bring him gifts, they began to give him gifts in order to fund his entire destiny in the earth. When you were born, you did not enter the earth empty-handed. God filled you with virtues to fulfill your destiny. So even when we're raising our children, where we make mistakes is we try to let the world tell us how to cultivate something in our child instead of locating their virtue and raising them in their virtue. See that? So watch this. So the school system will be telling you that your child's not intelligent. When the school system, watch this, when the virtue in your child cannot be measured by the school system. Remember that. This is especially true for children that are very prophetic in nature. They're very prophetic, and the prophetic by nature is associated to the supernatural dimension. So they do not think like everyone else. And so just because they can't pass a state exam does not mean that they're not full of wisdom. See what I'm saying? There's a different type of wisdom. They're full of a creativity. They don't have to go to college if they don't want to. That's not the measure of success because their virtue will make them wealth. That's the thing, their virtue. So whatever their virtue is, that's where their finances are.